What is up, everyone? Man Bun Melod here. This here is a custom guitar from a little company called Warmoth, and we're going to deep dive into this beauty. This is my first video in a new guitar showcase series, so if you want to see more guitars like the ones behind me, subscribe and hit that bell. There are links to where I got most of the components in the description. This is my first custom guitar, so I wanted something that could be a daily driver of sorts. Tone-wise, I was going for something along the lines of John Petrucci from Dream Theater. I wanted crunchy, heavy rhythm, smooth soloing, and super clean tones. I named this guitar the Emerald Dragon because of the color and dragon theme throughout the guitar. It is right-hand oriented and has a 25.5-inch scale. Also, a quick note, that track in the intro was recorded with this guitar. If you're unfamiliar with Warmoth, you can order guitar or bass bodies and necks either from their showcase or by placing a custom order. You'll then have to source the rest of the components and assemble it yourself, like I did, or pay someone to do it. Both the body and necks on this guitar were custom ordered. Let's start with the body. It is a carved top soloist with quilted maple top on alder. This being my first custom guitar, I wanted to go with something familiar, and prior to this guitar, I was a Jackson guy. I really like the look of the carved top, even though it was a little pricier. I was being safe with choosing alder for the body wood because it was something I was familiar with. Quilted maple is probably my absolute favorite top wood. The pillowy look you get when it's dyed is primo. I went with the Jungle Burst gloss finish on top and black gloss finish on back. The finish on the quilted maple almost gives the illusion of dragon scales. In retrospect, I kind of wish I would have gone with a transparent black finish on the back just to see the wood grain a little. It has a hardtail hip shot baby grand bridge. I wanted a unique bridge, and this one doesn't require a separate stop piece, which I like. It has two humbuckers in the bridge and neck positions. The bridge pickup is a DiMarzio Crunch Lab and the neck is a DiMarzio Air Norton. I actually have the Crunch Lab flipped. The bar is usually on the neck side. I prefer the way it sounds in this orientation. You might guess that I custom ordered these pickups to get the black and green coil colors, and you'd be right. It didn't cost any more than what a normal pickup would. I went to a local shop to order them, but it looks like you can order them online. However, it doesn't look like you can choose which coil is which color. I'm not sure if mine was a true custom order or if I just got lucky. They do offer black pole pieces now, which I would have gone for if they offered them back then or I knew I had that option. The pickup rings are custom made from Zeracody, which you will see later matches the neck. Unfortunately, I don't remember where I got those from. The control layout is simple. There is a 3-way blade switch, volume and tone control. The switch tip is also made from Zeracody, which I got from the same guy that did the pickup rings. The volume and control knobs are custom made from Shark Inlay. They are ebony with a 3D dragon claw grabbing the knob. I believe the hand is made from Arizona jade and the claws mother of pearl. One of the claws on the control knob did fall off a few years ago. The 3-way switch on this guitar is a little different than most. In the back position, the bridge pickup is enabled and wired in series, which is how pickups are usually wired. So far on the same page. In the middle position, the neck pickup is enabled and wired in series. Now we're getting a little off track. In the front position, the neck pickup is still enabled, but only a single coil is wired, specifically the one closest to the neck. This is also known as coil split mode. Now the reason I wired the guitar up this way is because 1, I never play with the neck and bridge pickups at the same time, so the traditional middle position is wasted on me. 2, for me, the neck pickup wired in series is great for soloing, but can be a little hot for playing clean. I think the neck pickup coil split sounds awesome clean. If you want to see a video on different pickup wiring, let me know in the comments. One last note on the electronics. The tone control is only wired to the neck pickup, so my bridge pickup runs full open. For my input jack, I had Warmoth drill a 7/8 inch hole for an electro socket style jack. While I like the look of it, I replaced it with a normal football jack plate. With the electro socket style, I couldn't plug in a right angle connector, which is what I usually use for my wireless transmitter. Now we're good. Finishing up the body, I installed Dunlop strap locks. All my guitars have these. They're great because you can use the locking mechanism or a normal strap. On the back of the guitar is a custom neck plate from laserart.com. It's a nice way to give your guitar some uniqueness. Plus, I put the month and year it was finished on it. This sucker is almost 9 years old. Moving on to the neck, the shaft wood is made from flame maple with, as I mentioned before, a Zeracody fretboard. It is a modern tilt-back construction with a custom headstock designed by yours truly. I was trying to add to the dragon aesthetic. The headstock has a quilted maple veneer with the same Jungle Burst finish to match the body. The entire neck except the fretboard has a gloss finish. I went with flame maple for the neck wood because I really like the figure and it being a dragon themed guitar, flame maple made sense. but because of it, I had to go with a finish. Warmoth won't warranty certain neck woods unless they have a finish, and maple is one of them. However, having the finish on the flame maple gives it an awesome look. Of course, now they offer roasted flame maple. For playability, having a finish isn't that big of a deal, but it adds a little bit of friction to the neck, which makes the neck a little slower. I went with a Zeracody fretboard because I wanted a dark wood and it has a unique grain. You may also notice the fretboard is scalloped. When looking at the fretboard straight on, the grain looks straight, but once you look at it from a different angle, it looks wavy. I was hoping the grain would pop a little more, but because it's so dark, that's not quite the case. This is my first scalloped neck guitar, and if you guys are interested, I could do a whole video on the pros and cons of a scalloped neck. Leave a comment. The neck shape is the standard thin profile. I like my necks as thin as possible. I would have gone with their wizard profile, but they won't do that with a scalloped fretboard. The fretboard has a 10 to 16 inch compound radius with stainless steel SS 6100 profile frets installed. I went with stainless steel because they won't tarnish like nickel frets, and because they are so hard, they won't wear down. As you can tell, there are no inlays to not take away from the wood grain, but it does have white side dots. The nut width is pretty standard at a 1 11/16 inch with a Graphtec black Tuskew XL nut installed by Warmoth. Above that is the custom Dragon truss rod cover, also from Shark Inlay, same guy that did my control knobs. Interesting fact, the horns are made from mammoth ivory. Mammoth ivory actually isn't all that rare, look it up. And finally, it has Schaller locking tuners. These things make changing strings so easy. I would definitely recommend them if you are looking for tuners. Now that's every spec on this guitar. I thought about doing some sound tests, but I don't think it would be very interesting since there is a lot of influence from the amp and how the amp is recorded. So how would you know how the guitar itself sounds? Let me know if I'm wrong. But I will be releasing another video in the future of all 4 of my custom guitars, so you have a good comparison of how they sound. In the meantime, you can check out the cover I did of Dream Theater's Overture 1928 and Strange Deja Vu on this guitar. Well, there you guys go, the Emerald Dragon. Hopefully you found this video interesting. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, really helps me out a lot. And if you want to check out more of my videos, like more in the guitar showcase, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. But hey, until next time, rock on. Quilted maple is probably my absolute favorite top wood. That pillowy. Quilted maple is probably my absolute favorite top wood. That pillowy look, pillowy. Quilted maple is probably my favorite top wood. That pillowy look when you get when it's dyed.